What's up, guys? We are Tottenham TV here, back with another episode of Unpopular Opinions from Instagram. Here with Slav. You ready for these opinions, Slav?
Ready
up for these unpopular opinions. Unpopular opinions.
I want unpopular opinions,
exactly.
and I want them now.
You seem hungry for them. All right, episode 2. We will start with @Will_Flanders. He says, "We don't need a left-back replacement, especially for what Jose wants. If Davis can stay fit, he can be one of the best in the league, if he is only required to defend." Do you think Davis is potentially the best left-back in the league if only he has to defend? I don't know about best in the league.
I don't know about best in the league, but I don't think we need to sign a left-back. I don't think that's a priority.
Yeah, I think he's right. I think left-back, I think Davis is well covered there. I think as Jose said previously, like, he's consistent. You always know what you're going to get with Davis, but I always feel like you expect more from him as well. And I feel like he doesn't do, when he gets in the final play, definitely doesn't do enough. But I think he's all right when he in this role when he goes into a back three. He's pretty decent.
Yeah, I think
he's not like best. I think
he's I think everyone says he's a solid 7 out of 10 every week. I don't think we need to sign a left back beat yet. I think let's not go too far with the best of the defender.
Yeah, I'm not sure best in the league.
Also, we've got.
Can he be our Azpilicueta though? No. Okay. Shut that one down, Slav.
But I do. We've also got Dennis Erkin as well coming through the academy. He's got high reviews. So yeah, I don't think we need to sign a left back. I think we're all good in that department.
I think ideally I would, but I think it's not a priority, as you said. All right, next one. Matty.Lowry says, "Giovani Lo Celso is overrated and no one notices the errors he makes during the game."
I don't think he's overrated, but everyone makes mistakes on a football pitch.
How is he overrated? I think he's been absolutely phenomenal.
I think his numbers could be a bit better.
Yeah, but the role he's been playing in central midfield, I think we'll see a better version of him this season as well, with the arrival of Dier, less defensive duties. But he hasn't been playing, only a couple of games he's been playing behind the strike or in central attacking mid, and in those games he's contributed. Newcastle, we got an assist.
I'd like to see what errors he think he's referring to. I mean, I'm sure he's misplaced the odd pass, miscontrolled a ball, had a shot that's gone miles wide or whatever. That happens.
Ever since he broke into the team in February, he's been great. Yeah, I think he's really been great, and he's been on the ball.
I hate to think where we would have been if we didn't have it.
Man, we'll be serious. And I don't think we've seen the best of Lo Celso either. Exactly. So I don't think he's overrated. Exactly. I think everyone can see the quality he has. Yo_Row_015 says, "Winks is our best midfielder." Winks is our best midfielder. Interesting. Well, interesting though. We were in the since the restart. Whenever Winks started, we never lost.
True. I don't know about best midfielder. It's because he doesn't. When you think of a great midfielder, you think of like a Lampard, or a Gerrard. Scoring goals, defending, pinging 90-yard passes, putting in a strong tackle. I don't think Winks is the complete midfielder and our best midfielder, but I think he's a good midfielder and one of our best midfielders. If the competition's not high.
If the links to selling him to 60 to 40 million are true, would you take that?
Yeah,
you would take it.
I think so. I'm not sure. I think he'd do well at City, but I'm not sure. 40 million for an academy product.
I think from ability standpoint, he's not our best. But in terms of how he plays, is he our most consistent, or would you say Sissoko maybe, or Lo Celso? We've got to say Lo Celso's better.
I think he's it's difficult. You say about the 40 million to Man City. I mean, imagine what you could replace Harry Winks with 40, 50 million pounds.
Probably a pretty good midfielder. Yeah. Maybe Sabitzer.
Yeah. There's many players that I'd love to.
But I rate Lo Celso for sure better than Winks at the moment, so that's definitely not true. Ralph W21. Moura is actually just shit. Come on, disrespecting Lucas Moura a bit. Hat-trick in Amsterdam. How can you put some respect on his name?
He's not just shit.
He's not just
shit. Good. He's all right. It's the squad depth though. I like having people like
the squad. But Mourinho really likes him. He starts him every game. He starts him every game.
He works really hard. I think any club in the league would give for a player like that in their squad, in terms of ability, in terms of can produce something out of nothing, and in terms of work rate.
Do you think? I think after post lockdown, he put in some really strong performances, especially against Arsenal at home. He was absolutely fantastic. But do you still think Moura he has more to give? Because Moura to give, good pun. But He only scored 4 goals in the Premier League last season. Someone of his ability, he should be getting a lot more than that.
I need to get his Champions League goals.
He got a couple
of Champions League goals. But
the season before, he got 15 in all competitions. He's got to be getting nearer to that.
Yeah, I think maybe the change of the change of system didn't help him. Obviously, a lot more defensive. But I don't think he's just shit. I think the problem we've had over the years is squad depth, and the fact that he is in our squad as an option, as a right midfield option, is a really good option to have. And a lot of teams would kill for someone like that. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we should sort of just throw him out because.
But do you reckon the jury's still out on Moura, or do you think he's proved himself? If you're saying first 11, like on the right wing, start it every game.
No, but I think he's proved himself to be part of the squad, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Like you said, the Amsterdam hat-trick.
Come on. Chewy_13 says Ndombele is the most technically gifted player in the squad. I think he might have a point there. I think technically he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a genius. He's so talented.
He also has the lowest work rate in the squad. This is also
he's
part
also
of the problem.
KFC's best customer. But it's.
Ndombele, he's got his work cut out to really improve Mourinho. Do you think he's staying? Do you think he's going to stay, or can you see us selling him?
I don't know. It's a shame. He's so good, but he's just so unfit. He's just so unfit and so lazy.
In terms of Ndombele, I think this guy is probably right. He is probably the most technically gifted in terms of first touch, dribbling ability, passing ability. But he needs to up his game big time.
He needs to up his game. You wonder what he really did during lockdown because everyone thought he'd come back and be immense, and he came back and looked like he'd been ordering Domino's every night. So
is he more technically gifted than Lo Celso?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. He's a great footballer. He's someone in the Power League. When you're playing Power League, you just want your team every time. But it's the Premier League. He's got to work harder.
It's true. The same guy, Ralph21, says.
Those are the same.
Sorry, it's Chewy.
Sorry,
Chewy 13. Sorry, Chewy. He says we should play 3-5-2 next season to fit in Bergwijn and Lucas while having Son and Kane as a strike partnership. Yeah, we'll let him know. We'll give him a DM. But I'm assuming that means he's saying Bergwijn and Lucas are wingbacks.
No, next.
The thing that says that, I agree with that as well. I don't think that would work as wingbacks.
It's not FIFA.
No, this is not FIFA. The Hotspur News says, unpopular opinion, 11-12 was better than the team last season, better midfield and better in attack. The 11-12 season
is that Van der Vaart?
Van der Vaart, Modric, Bale, Adebayor up front.
Is better than what? Kane,
Lo Celso.
Is he talking Kane, Lo Celso, or is he talking Desk?
Well, not Ericsson. I think he's talking about last season. So yeah, Dele, Lo Celso.
Okay. Yeah, that 11-12 probably was.
Yeah, with Modric as well.
I mean, you've got a Ballon d'Or winner. I think
that's you're probably right.
A Champions League winner.
You got 40-year-old Bradfield, who's pretty solid. You got Ledley King, who's pretty good.
Michael Dawson.
Him and Kabul was actually quite good those days. Walker right back. Asukoto left back.
He had two good fullbacks.
We had Scott Parker, I think he was England captain at the time for like a year or something. Yeah. Or he was class that 1 year. Modric, obviously Ballon d'Or. Then you got Lennon, Van der Vaart and Bale. Adebayor scored 17 goals that season. He was class. With the backup of the phone. I think you're right, man. We had two strikers and Pavlyuchenko.
You know what? It's not unpopular.
You know what? That is a great shout. I think the squad back then is definitely better. You look at our squad now, and I think potentially it's better, but I think on paper you've got to say right now, what squad are you taking? Probably the 11-12 squad.
Yeah.
Lennon Bale as well.
You take 10 out of the 11 players.
Bale, Van der Vaart, Modric.
I think just the centre-back you'd probably change.
Yeah, you could put Toby. But even then, you got King and Kabul, or Dawson as well.
King and Toby,
yeah, probably. But Kabul I thought was class that season as well. So I think you got a good point. 11-12. Redknapp probably should have done better with that. Alan M4321, and you know what formation he likes, says Joe Hart will play more games than Lloris. No.
Unless Lloris breaks his arm again.
Yeah, unless he dislocates his arm. I don't think that's happening. Joe Hart playing more. But can I ask you this? Joe Hart is best, when he was at his best for Man City versus Lloris at his best. Who's a better keeper?
Lloris.
Lloris still?
Yeah.
When Joe Hart was at the height of his game, England's #1, playing Champions League football for City, winning titles.
Yeah, but he was playing. He was good, but he was playing with. You had Sergio Aguero, you had David Silva, you had players like that. So
he was one of the best keepers in the league. You have to say that when he was at his time.
I'd go top level Hugo over top level Joe Hart. But I am happy with Joe Hart as a signing. I do think he will play some games, and I think it's a good third option.
Would you put Hart above Gazaniga, a second choice?
Well, I think we'll find out.
I think all three keepers are going to be playing a lot at the beginning of the season, so we'll see who's really up to it at the beginning. Obviously, Lloris is our #1. I think Lloris has been class, by the way,
since the return. Definitely.
Since the return, I think even since he broke, since he had his dislocation, I think he's been class ever since he came back. So put some more respect on his name, please. Oliver 135792 says,
"Imagine having to remember those numbers."
Yeah, I know. I'm good with numbers.
What are these numbers?
I don't know why people put these random numbers in their name, but if we had kept Eriksen until the end of the season, we would have a better chance of getting top 4. This is the same.
He's put a question mark at the end.
I don't know, a question or a statement or opinion. What's going on here? But I disagree. I disagree because everyone was complaining about Eriksen. Everyone was saying, "Get Eriksen."
Yeah, but I feel like I'm not sure. It's sort of one of those that you never know.
Look, we probably would have a better chance of getting top 4 just because we had another player on our books. We didn't really replace him, did we? So
that's what we never got an out-and-out replacement for him. But would we have got top 4 if he stayed?
I don't think we would have got top 4, but
yeah,
Eriksen.
I just don't think we were good.
You got to remember, everyone in January was so desperate to get rid of him because every week people complaining, "Oh, he's not giving his all, he's not trying, get him out, he's toxic, blah blah blah." I don't think you can then turn around and say we would have got top 4 with this day. So, and I think this is the whole Dembele syndrome. Yeah. When we sold Dembele, everyone was like, "Oh, if we would have kept him, we would have won the Champions League final." It's like,
I actually think that is true.
No, I'm sorry. People got to remember, he was a crock when he left. He was injured for 3 months. Who knew? He would have been out. I don't think he would have even if he was
fully fit. Moussa Dembele.
Who says he's fully fit? He hadn't been fully fit for a year.
If he was, if he was fully fit.
Yeah, and Eriksen, who's 100% committed to the cause, would have got us top 4. But that wasn't the case. That's my point.
No, but I'm saying to you, if Dembele was fully fit, do you think we win the Champions League final?
Yes, but he wasn't fully fit.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm asking you if he was.
I don't know if we win it, but we obviously have a better chance. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not the case. I'm saying these are hypotheticals which weren't the case at the time.
I know they're not the case.
I'm saying
I agree that Eriksen.
So it's silly. So it's silly. So people saying if Dembele stayed,
Eriksen, I'm saying doesn't get us top 4. But
there's a difference between saying if Dembele stayed rather than a fully fit Dembele. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because Dembele wasn't fully fit.
Yeah, I know. So he probably wouldn't have played in that final.
Exactly, that's my point.
I'm asking you, if he would, do you think we would have
but all these people say if Dembele stayed, we would have won. It's like, he wasn't fit. And just like this, Eric
Eriksen be a bike.
Exactly. Connor _1504 says, Old White Hart Lane better than the new stadium. Not a better stadium, but you got to say from an atmosphere point of view.
From an intimidation point of view, maybe. But I don't even think it. I think you think back to the City games in the Champions League in this new stadium, and I think the atmosphere is better. Personally, at this new with the new ground. I think when the crowd gets going, it's a lot louder and it is a lot better. I think the atmosphere can be really great at the new ground. I just think on a consistent basis, it's not being the case, is it? That's the thing. I think there's a lot of work to be done on improving the atmosphere of the new stadium. I think the club have really got to think about how they structured the pricing of the tickets, in the most expensive tickets in the middle of the wall of sound, or supposedly where you've got a demographic of people who aren't really going to be standing up and singing all the time in the prime seats. So I mean, exactly, and where I sit, there is no atmosphere. I sit in the West Lower, and it's not much of an atmosphere.
There's never been an atmosphere in the West, has there?
No, but you would expect that it's so close to the pitch that it would be a bit more intimidating. But we've seen in some of the big games it can be intimidating.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as you said, that City game
came and weren't intimidated, so it beat us. But
we had a good. I remember that opening when the players were walking out was like goosebumps, and then all of a sudden went quiet.
We didn't touch the ball.
It was like exactly. Like Chelsea, I thought Chelsea at home when we lost 2-0. The start of that game, the atmosphere, all the fans were on it, and then it just died down a bit.
Yeah.
I think from an atmosphere point of view, I think the new stadium has a long way to go to reach the heights of the old White Hart Lane.
Yeah, and I think with Jose in charge as well, the atmosphere is going to have to play a big part of it. There's going to be times where we don't have the ball, and there's going to be times where it's essentially not appealing to watch.
But you just got to say, I think, Connor, I think you've got to admit, the new stadium is absolutely out of this world in terms of the facilities, just how it is.
And it takes the club up a level. It's the revenue.
It's a state of the art stadium. It's the best stadium in Europe. It really is. So I don't think you got as a stadium. It's definitely not. Finally, Carl Patrick Vineyard at 23. We love you, Vineyard. This is clearly a very unpopular opinion. Ledley King is the king of North London, and he'll always be the king of North London. Come on, Spurs. How unpopular is that?
It's pretty popular. It's a nice way to end.
Nice one. Ledley's born king of White Hart Lane. Oh, that's a Huddle song.
Sim.
Come on.
Sim.
No, come on. Thank you. That will be the end of episode 2 of your unpopular opinions. Let us know in the comments below. What do you think? Put your unpopular opinions in the comments. Like and subscribe if you like the content. And as always, come on, you Spurs.